If just 5 to 10 words determine the success of your next video, you'd want to get them right. And yet I see so many YouTubers sabotage themselves with bad titles. It happens all the time. They'll spend days working on a video and hours perfecting a thumbnail, only to treat the title as a mere afterthought. But your title is doing way more heavy lifting than you realize, to the point where a single title change can be enough to blow up a video. So in the next 8 minutes, I'm breaking down the 5 biggest mistakes YouTubers make with their titles, and how to fix them. We'll start off with by far the most common title mistake that I see, which is not giving people a reason to click. Because here's the brutal truth. If people aren't clicking on your video, it's because you're not generating enough curiosity. Take this video from Anthony Chen, where he tries out different Filipino foods. Most people will title this video something along the lines of, "I tried Filipino food." But look at what Anthony did instead. "I flew 7,292 miles to eat here." Which title makes you more curious? The second one. Why? Because it makes you ask questions. Why did you fly so far to eat there? What kind of food do they serve? Was it worth it? These questions open a loop, and our brains hate unfinished thoughts, so we're driven to click on the video to learn the answer. If no one's clicking on your video, it's because your title doesn't open a strong enough loop. How do you open stronger loops? Well, a lot of ways. I'll put some up on screen to help you get started. But this actually leads quite nicely into title mistake number 2, which is not using what's already been proven to work. Because you don't have to invent brand new ways of generating curiosity. Even the most successful YouTubers in the world don't pull titles out of thin air. Instead, they model proven formats, taking inspiration from titles that have already driven millions of views for either themselves or for others. How do you do that? Well, start by identifying outliers, or videos that have far outperformed a channel's view average. You can find these outliers by scrolling through different creators' video libraries and looking for uploads with significantly higher views than their surrounding videos. But to make it easier, I like using an outlier tool like Spotter Studio, especially when it comes to finding outliers within my own niche. Spotter Studio is also the sponsor of this video, but more on them later. After you find an outlier, break the title down into its core underlying structure. Take this video from Colt Kerwin. This title can be broken down into the format, "I took bold action for time frame. This is what happened." You can then apply that format to your own video. "I woke up at 4 a.m. every day for a month. This is what happened. I tried 5 passive income streams for a year. This is what happened." You get the idea. So before you write a title, look for what's already working, take the structure, and make it your own. Mistake number 3 is using boring words in your title. Just one word or phrase could be the difference between your title getting clicks and getting completely ignored. Take a look at these 2 titles from the same video. How to edit and film YouTube videos, how to edit and film cinematic videos like a pro. The first title is vague and uninspiring. It tells you what the video is about, but it doesn't give you a compelling reason to click. The second, with just a few words, instantly makes the video feel more valuable, high quality, and worth watching. That's the power of power words, specific words that make your title more intriguing without changing its meaning. Here are 4 categories of power words that can instantly level up a title: emotional power words, authority power words, urgency power words, and exclusivity power words. But here's the real secret. Every niche has its own power words that are particularly effective in driving clicks. In the finance niche, you'll often see words like broke, millionaire, and passive income. In the fitness niche, you'll see shredded, transformation, and fat burning. To find yours, scroll through the top performing videos in your niche and look for patterns. You'll start seeing the same words over and over again. And if you want to cheat, Spotter Studio's Power Up feature can instantly generate titles using niche-specific power words for you, using data from over 30 million views to identify words or phrases that have outperformed within your niche. If you find a title you like, Spotter Studio makes it incredibly easy to continue the ideation process. You can use the rephrase feature to rewrite your title in creative ways, the shorten feature to simplify it, or if you're looking for a complete refresh, the explode feature reframes your title using different techniques and angles. To try out those and countless other features, click the link in the description below to try out Spotter Studio for free for 14 days. Thank you so much to Spotter Studio for sponsoring this video. Mistake number 4 is being too wordy in your titles. It's important to remember that your title isn't viewed in a vacuum. It's surrounded by dozens of other videos, each competing for attention. And if your title takes long to process, your viewers' eyes will instantly be drawn to a title with a faster intake speed. I'll show you what I mean. Take a look at these two titles. Which one is your eye drawn to? For most people, it's this one, simply because it's easier to read. Ideally, you want to keep your title under 55 characters, but longer titles can work as long as you structure them effectively. Word order in YouTube matters. Because people don't read word for word, they skim. Compare these two variations of the same title. In the first variation, someone skimming might not even realize what the video is about. And on some devices, YouTube will cut off the second half with a ... leaving out the most curiosity-evoking part. Front load the most important words of your title and make sure that the core message of your title is clear, even as someone who only catches the first half. And finally, title mistake number 5 is sticking with a title that's not working. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, a title just doesn't perform. And that's okay, but you need to be willing to change it. Big creators do this all the time, and I mean all the time. How do you know if a title needs to be changed? Monitor your click-through rate, or CTR, and your impressions. If they're both lower than average in the first 24 hours, there's something about your title and thumbnail that's not resonating. Which variable you change is up to you, but it's much easier to make a title change than it is to make a thumbnail change. If your CTR and impressions are average, hold off on changing anything until after the window where your videos typically start gaining traction. For some channels, that's 2 days after upload. For others, it can take up to a week or more. My own videos tend to start picking up around day 8 to 10, so I hold off on making any major changes until after that. If you're not sure what your own pattern is, go into YouTube Studio, check the gray typical in this period view range, and look for where it changes slope. You won't always see an immediate impact after changing a title. Sometimes it can take up to a week or more to see results. But either way, it's worth doing, because sometimes all your video needs to blow up is the right title. And look, if you're watching this video and realizing that you are making one or more of these title mistakes, that's great, because that means that you're showing up, you're seeking out ways to improve, and you're making the effort to learn. This whole YouTube thing is hard. The deeper you go and the more videos that you watch, the more you realize just how much there is to get better at. But you don't have to make all the changes all at once. Pick one mistake to correct, one micro adjustment to make at a time, and one day you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. If you like this video and want to continue your YouTube educational journey, I would highly recommend checking out this video, where I break down exactly how to make a killer YouTube thumbnail. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you can, keep creating, and I'll see you in the next video.